And so one of the things we're doing is working with states on their nationally determined contributions. We recently held in Geneva a small workshop with about 15 states where we talked about integrating human rights and nationally determined contributions, and particularly emphasized the importance of ensuring participatory processes for the creation of climate policies. And it's our experience that civil society actors, indigenous peoples, trade unions, and other constituencies are the ones, and youths particularly as well, are the ones really driving the discussion and the narrative of climate ambition. So if you don't include them in the process and respect the human right to participation, then you are not going to have the kind of ambition that we need to protect people's rights and improve the nationally determined contributions, which right now, if you look at them, have us on pace for roughly 3 degrees of warming, which would be totally catastrophic. There are a number of issues that are still being discussed which are really critical from a human rights perspective. So with respect to Article 6.2 and Article 6.4, there's language about respecting human rights and doing no harm, and human rights safeguards. And it's really important that when we're mobilizing finance, creating systems for transferring mitigation outcomes, creating systems for projects and mechanisms to facilitate climate action, that we ensure these systems respect human rights. And we've seen that all major international financial institutions apply environmental and social safeguards, and we think that mechanisms under Article 6.2 and Article 6.4 shouldn't be any different. So at a minimum, we need to comply with existing examples and good practices, but really what we need to do is build and strengthen those and make sure that these projects are respecting human rights. We also need to address the issue of potential double counting, because if we establish mechanisms that don't actually increase ambition, then we will not be addressing the critical issues that the Paris Agreement and the UNFCCC are intended to address. And so establishing a very transparent process by which all governments and stakeholders are accountable and emissions are actually reduced is critical. And finally, in the event that Article 6 mechanisms contribute to projects which affect people's rights, it's really important that there be an independent accountability mechanism. So a way that people can seek redress for grievances they might have with respect to projects like large hydroelectric dams or biofuel crops, or different projects that are displacing people or have historically, types of projects that have historically displaced people and affected their rights.